Okay, guys, I'm going to give you the exact dates. It's between two dates I expect Bitcoin to break out of this pattern based on this M1 chart. I'm also going to cover the elephant in the room, which is this vertical blue line, which represents April 1st. We're going to cover that with this chart in detail. I'm going to go over this and show you how I'm going to be hedging, where I'm going to be buying Bitcoin. That's right, I'm going to buy Bitcoin and I'm going to be shorting. That's called a hedge. Now guys, I'm giving out more information than I should in this video. So if you want me to continue doing videos like this and you want to support me, guys, hit the like button. If you want to subscribe when I have new videos, tick the notification bell so you'll be notified when I have videos. So I'm going to go over this. We're going to cover this in detail. I'm going to show you why I'll be buying here, where I'm going to set my stop loss, and where I'll be shorting, and I'll explain why I'll be doing this. But first, I need you to understand why I'm bearish on Bitcoin and why I'm taking a chance on a short. You know, this is this 2 videos back. I'll put a link up to it now. I was telling people to short the Dow at 34,900 because of this blue ring. And you can see how this played out. We hit this blue ring. We hit it previously here and here and here. So it made sense when we hit it again, we would get rejected, and we did. I told people to do puts. They did it, and we dropped 1.5, a little over 1.5%. Again, these charts help you find tops and bottoms. That is the point. And some people were saying, if you short Bitcoin, you're going to get wrecked. Well, listen, I know if I used $100,000 to 50 times leverage and it pushed up and stopped me out, I would probably lose $5,000 or $6,000, maybe a little more. To me, the risk versus the reward's worth it. I'm not going to lose an entire $100,000. If I short with, $10,000 at 50 times leverage, I might lose, $1,000 or something like that. But the point is to find the top. If you get the perfect entry point for a short or the perfect entry point for a long, the great thing is when you short, you set your stop just above, so you lose a small amount versus how much you can make. This is a tweet I made 12 hours ago. I said, look, the next point to short is 43,322, this line on the C1 chart. And look what happened. You had a perfect entry point, almost to the dollar or two short and be in profit. That is the point of these charts. I know that when we hit this line, it's very possible we get rejected. We're going to cover this. But let me show you why I am bearish, guys. Again, and I'm going to go in detail about April 1st and why I'll be buying in. But you need to understand, the Bitcoin follows the indices. And I'm expecting downside for the stock market. And if the stock market's up, Bitcoin's up. If the stock market's down, Bitcoin's down. And I just want to show you why I'm bearish. These vertical red lines represent every time we had a cross on the moving averages on the monthly with the MACD. This has happened twice previously, and we just had one recently. We know for a fact that this was the 1st of November. We had a cross, and we dropped a total of a little over 17%. The next time it crossed was when we had our COVID crash, and we dropped a total of around 37%. We just had another cross right here, guys. And it is very possible our next major support is right here. Hold on. Our next major support for the Dow is down here around 20,386. That would be a drop of around 40%. That would be catastrophic. Remember, the indices move together. If we drop that much, Bitcoin is going to come way the hell down. And I've showed you this chart before. This is Bitcoin on the monthly as well. Just like I showed you with the Dow. This is when we had a cross back here. We had a cross back here. And we just recently had another cross on the monthly for Bitcoin. And historically speaking, if we're in a bear market, we know for a fact that every time we have a cross on the moving averages on the MACD on the monthly, the first time we dropped 74%. The next time it happened, we dropped a total of 62%. So if the same thing is playing out, we could drop another 60 to 70%, which brings us down to 300-weekly moving average. So going by the Dow Jones chart, going by the monthly chart for Bitcoin, historically speaking, we typically drop 80% from all-time highs. So that is why I'm bearish. But again, I'm not an idiot. I'm going to hedge. So this is how I'm going to play it, all right? And remember, guys, you can access all these live charts on my website. Link will be pinned in the first comment description. If you use my Big affiliate link, that's pinned in the first comment description as well. So here's how I'm going to play it. And we're going to cover April 1st because this is important. So this vertical line right here is April 1st. So the ideal situation for me, and I'll show you why this is the case. We know that, well, let me go ahead and explain April 1st here. All right, so statistically, if you bought on April 1st, you were in profit because every time, for some reason, we get a pump. Even back here, this was April 1st, 2014. All of these are April 1st. So in 2014, if you bought we pushed up a total of a little over 46%, almost 47%. So you made profit. This was 2015. From this point, and we were just accumulating before we went parabolic, that was like 360%. And then on April 1st, 2017, well, we went parabolic, put it in a high at 20,000. We went up 1,942%. Well, here's April 1st on 2019. We pushed up a total of 209%. That's what we topped out 14K. And then in 2020, we went parabolic again. We went up a total of 800%. And even right here, while it wasn't much, that's why I have it red, because again, we were in a bear market. I mean, right here, if you bought April 1st, we pushed up a total of, still, that was 44%. Even in a bear market, if you bought on April 1st, you did well. And right here, if you bought on April 1st, we pushed up a total of, almost a little over 11%. So even if you bought here, you did well, and hopefully you got out. But my point is we're coming up on April 1st pretty soon. So statistically speaking, if you buy on April 1st, you're going to be in profit. You don't know how high it's going to go, but I just showed you why. So an ideal situation for me, and this is how I'm going to be hedging. Now, you do what you want to do. I'm just showing you what I'm going to do. So I know in the ideal situation, if price comes up to this point, resistance, I will not buy. If price comes down, if price comes down and we are at support before April 1st, I will buy Bitcoin at this price. I will go in with everything I have around 39,400, and I will have my stop below this blue ring. I know based on my chart, if we break below 37,900, again, I expect us to start capitulating. This is a confluence the H1 chart. I'll show you this as well. But if we come down before April 1st and test 39,400, I will buy, because again, statistically looking back, April 1st, we always get a pump. So that is why I will buy here and have my stop set at least around potentially 37,300, because once you break below this ring, I expect us to capitulate. If we stay above, we could push up. So my hedge is buying Bitcoin, and if it pushes up, I'm in profit. I will set my stop loss above where I bought in. So if it comes crashing down, I get stopped out, I lose nothing. However, I have shown you in that previous video, every time we hit one of these lines, we get rejected. We got rejected. We got rejected. We got rejected again. That's why I call the top of 67K. So it is very possible when we push up, I do believe we will get rejected at this point. So it is worth it to me to put in a short at this point. So again, I'll buy Bitcoin to ride it up with a stop. So if it comes down, I get stopped out. No big deal. If it continues up, I'm in profit. But it's worth it to me to put in a short here, because previously every time I hit one of these lines in this fib channel, we get rejected. So I will put a short when we make contact, and then I'll set my stop just above. Again, I will not get wrecked. At the worst case, I'll lose money, but I'm not going to lose everything I put into it. I never would short right here or long right here. I only long support and short resistance with a stop just above. So it's a safe play. It's less risk and more reward. So that is what I'll be doing, guys. That is my play. So you want the dates? So let me give you the dates. I will give you price targets and other charts to pay attention to, but I'm expecting a break. So let me give you the dates to pay attention to here. So we make contact. If we stay in this pattern right here, right? This pattern we're in right now. When we make contact with this line, so I'm going to make this different color so it stands out here. I'll make this white. So we're looking at, so this date, all right? Now write this down. We will make contact, the apex. I believe this is the point. Either we're going to get a pump and, shoot straight up, or we're going to continue to move down this line and break this point and capitulate. And I know that our bottom targets are here. I've shown you this previously. Every single time that Bitcoin drops, we always come back down to support. I have this on line. You can't see it, but when we tested resistance, we came down and tested support. We bottomed on the 300 weekly. This was not a COVID crash. Same thing back here. When this was in 2017, previous resistance flipped as support. We bottomed on that same point. That's why I'm saying, I know for a fact if we drop and we capitulate, these are the points I will be buying in, going all in with Bitcoin. Maybe another video I'll give you the dates, but I do know that it's 21,676 on this date will be the point I'll buying in. If it gets really bad, I'll be buying at 14,000 on this date. And if we do hold 21,676, push up, come back down, I'll be buying at 16,526 on this date. So again, these charts do help you find bottom points. They tell you when to get in, when to get out. But the dates, again, guys, sorry, I got a little sidetracked here, lost here. So the dates I'm expecting a break is going to be between, let me zoom in so you can see this. So we make contact right here with this line. If we stay in this pattern, the 13th of April, right? Write that down. 13th of April is when we make contact. This is the top part, our resistance, between the 28th of April. So between the 13th of April and the 28th of April, I expect us to either break to the upside or break to the downside. I think it's more likely to break to the downside, but again, ideal point to buy is if we come down to support before April 1st. It'll probably push back up, and then we'll see what happens between this time frame. So let me give you support resistance levels, guys. So this is the C1 chart, and again, this is where I told you to short at 43,316. And you can see we came up and we tested it again. You can put in a second short. So your current resistance right now on the C1 chart is right here at 43,422. Your current support right here is 42,382. If you come down below that point, the next point too long is 41,130. Notice back here, notice how we found resistance, support, we found support again. So you know that if you come down, next point to put in long is 40,333. So these are your support resistance levels. Take a screenshot if you want. For the C1 chart, this is the C1 BG chart. Your current resistance above is 33,695. Your next support too long is 42,417. And your next support long below that is 41,564. Now the H1 chart, guys. Now these are your support levels. Right now, you can see this right here. This is where we put in a short at 42,387, played out perfectly. Put another short right here at 42,462, played out perfectly. This one, not so much. We pushed way above it, came back below. But notice we did test it again right here. That was a perfect short at 42,794. You can see currently, so this has been a lot of resistance. Right now we're holding this. If we break below, again, always reference the different charts, guys. Always have the C1 chart, C1 BG chart, and H1 chart open. Our current support right now, looks like we might break, is 42,893. If that holds, the next resistance I have above is 45,000. But if we break this, the next point to chance along is right here at 42,075. So you could have shorted this point, and when you drop back below, this is where you would have longed, 41,930. So if we break 42,893, the next point you long is right here, 42,050. If that breaks, next point you long is 41,419. But what I want to make very clear, at any point, this is the point. If we break below 37,436, we will capitulate. That's why I said to have your stop loss at a certain point to protect yourself. And this is where I told you guys to buy in, back here at 34,600. This line right here is where we bottomed on. This line is in complete confluence with this blue ring right here. So that's why I'm saying, pay attention. If we break below 37,436, we are coming down to test these bottom targets. So just pay attention to that. Again, it is very possible, and what I'm hoping happens is just like I showed you on this M1 chart, is that we come down, we get a hell of a drop, we come down, we test support somewhere, and then April 1st we will push up. And again, that is why I'll be buying Bitcoin at this point. If we drop down to support before April 1st, because statistically we get a pump by April 1st, and then I will be shorting this point. That will be my hedge. But that's it, guys. If you want to access these charts, website's opticrypto.com. Link pinned in the first comment description. If you use my Big Ed affiliate link, that'll be pinned in the first comment description as well. That's it, guys. Trade safe, trade smart. I'm out.